All right, so okay. This guy can head up, which probably isn't a bad thing. But we have 4,800. $5K. Yeah, I really want the Carrobergs. Carroberg greatswords. They're the ones I want. Okay, so need 5K, which we're a step away from.
What does the Emperor bid?
And we're pretty much right to roll here. Let's keep going.
Move!
Cool, alright.
By the comet! I will marshal the men. War calls! To war!
Okay, let's do this. All right. We have a werewolf. I feel like the eyes are a little bit lazy on this. Like they possibly could have done a lot better with the eyes. Okay. I think we're going to keep our archers back this time. Still going to stay wide with our Knights of the White Wolf. And I mean, I don't mind being in the center. I kind of feel like we're better off going on the edge. Come in more like that. Still be able to get maximum range here. Yeah, okay.
What do you bid? Missiles at the ready! We are Sigmar's heirs!
Sit these guys out here, I think. Yep.
See to it!
So, okay. Yeah, these guys on the left.
Swordsmen! Spearmen!
Yep. Wolfkin here. In here. And Empire Greatswords there.
Sigmar commands! Ready, my lord! State troops ready! Missiles ready, my Graf!
Mm-hmm.
For Heldenhammer! Crossbowmen! We are Sigmar's heirs!
Should be okay from there, I think. Might just throw you there Just in case. Okay, pretty good, pretty good.
General! To battle!
Move him forward a little bit.
Awaiting orders!
We are ready.
By Ulrich's wrath!
Okay.
Hellstorm rocket battery.
Berserkers. After the Berserkers.
We are Sigmar's heirs.
Weapon prime!
Through to cannons.
The ground quakes!
Ready for war. Show us the foe.
Yeah.
State troops ready. By Ulrich's wrath. Quick march. We serve the Emperor. Formation march. Great swords. What do you bid? Crossbowmen. Finding range, sir.
Crossbows ready, General!
Bring it down!
Okay.
Soldiers of the Empire! The Empire endures! Take your targets! Cannons fire! We serve friends! Yes, General!
Okay.
The Empire endures!
Halberdiers! Yes, sir, quickly! Awaiting orders! War! Our steeds are restless! We serve the Emperor!
Okay. Let the Knights of the White Wolf run down some.
By Ulrich's wrath! The ground quakes!
Ready? Yes, General!
Sigmar falls!
Let's let them get a couple of kills in. Speed it up a bit. Okay. End the battle. All right, 108 off the rockets. 251 kills off the Way Watchers. Way Watchers definitely got MVP again. Yeah, Knights of the White Wolf did okay. I mean, pound for pound, these guys certainly did a lot more damage than they did, but I sort of left them out of the wings there and didn't bring them in early enough. All right. You know what?
This will bolster the nation.
Lightning strike is really, really good, so definitely want to have that. I think casual replenishment rate will be the next one.
Yes, my lord.
Moving on
What?
from there. Okay, we've got 5,900 and such, so yeah, they're Carabergs. Alrighty. Gives us income, gives us public order, and gives us an even beefier garrison here once it's finished. And that'll be done in 3 turns. And once these are all, like this is at max, this is at max. Once this is 2 more levels higher, we'll pull this out. And we'll actually put in the Knights Panther as well, which will make this extremely beefy settlement to try and take. In the meantime, what we actually want is that in here. Because it will give us 1 Knights of the White Wolf as a garrison here, which is pretty damn good. Which means you'll have an Empire Knights and a Knights of the White Wolf. And it will do everything the other one does, only better. Yeah, okay, cool. Now, probably want to go and take Bay of Blades. It's just been redone by the looks of it. It's okay.
Yes. What does the Emperor bid?
Nothing I can do. All right. Requires rank 5. Requires rank 1. What else have we got? Can you move?
I will marshal
No,
the band.
you've moved. All right. Now we're looking for everybody else.
The Empire.
Slowly improving there. Improving. Improving.
All right. It is good to see fellow sons
Get the
of the...
trade, yeah.
What?
Okay.
I am the blood of... Let the supplicant come forward.
Yeah, I'll take that.
It shall be. King Lewin Leoncoeur, let the supplicant come forward.
Okay, that's what I should have done before.
I will not.
Okay.
A good plan.
Thank you.
Honor before glory. The lady grants you safe
Nothing.
passage.
Cool.
Kislev, my glacial majesty Katarina bids you welcome to Kislev.
Okay.
Raise Sigma. Sigma compels us. It is time. Now, we march. Onwards.
Okay. Not a lot in there. ASUSTeK's pretty much gone. Well, ASUSTeK is gone. Packed ice bay would be cool to take out. I don't know what's going on up here. We'll find that out soon enough. There's something over here that might be worth exploring. This can be searched with the law. Recent battle site, terrain, high seas, winds, bug 0. Might be worth going down and having a look. Getting a bit of a heal up and then going and have a look at that. And that's kind of it. Attrition is gone. 202 there, so yeah, I mean we're still going. This has given us a little bit of a buff, which is cool. Once we get to 3K, we can do this one here. That'll allow us to put a Ulrich warrior priest in our thing quickly, and we can recruit more wolfkin, which are pretty effective so far. They've minced stuff up. That bleed seems to be working really well. Yeah, okay. This needs to go up. We need to do that as well. So both are pretty valuable. And this needs to go up to level 2 on top of that. Okay, well, we're out of it now, so we can now head back, get a bit of a refill, then go hit Pack of Ice Bay while our mission continues to boldly go where no man has gone before and seek out new civilizations. Okay.
To the provinces, to strengthen the empire. What does the emperor bid?
Healing's coming up nicely, that's good. So we'll be done in a turn, in 2 turns. We want to try and get that healing to a point where it's like less than 2 turns, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think that's definitely the way to go. Order +2, leadership +2, adds walls to the settlement region wide. See, that'd be nice. I didn't realize. Okay, so right, that now has has walls around the settlement. Excellent. Okay. Very interesting. This one having walls would be nice, wouldn't it? Being as it sits right on the shore there, and it has quite an expensive building in it, 9,000, would be very, very good. So then, if you wanted to put something else in here, would you potentially put one of these in here instead? Level 2 gives you the campaign movement range, which would be good. Campaign movement range specifically for armies starting their turn in this province. So that basically gives us 15% anywhere, like getting across there or taking off anywhere from. Yeah, okay. Anywhere from this region will give you a 15% increase, which means you could get over to here. You can get up. You get over to here and up onto things pretty quickly. Or even over to here, I reckon. That would be pretty good here. However, I really do want that Ulrich Wolf Priest. The Ulrich Priest in here. Because he would be an excellent addition to... what did we lose here? Why isn't that on? Did I take it off? I didn't think I took it off. Anyway, we'll kick back. We've got another turn here. Oh, Marienberg just got taken out. Okay.
By the comet.
Interesting. Nothing amazing about this settlement. It does give you, I think there's some trade stuff where you get salt to trade, but I mean, that doesn't really do much for me. Does mean that I can, yeah.
Raise Sigma.
He's still slowly building by the looks of it.
Sigma's will. By Sigma's will, come in peace. Sigma's will.
Yeah, we're getting some more trade there.
The Empire.
Yeah, he's still not. Settlement 6. Okay, so he's got 4 there. That's his 5th, so he must have a 6th somewhere else.
What? Welcome, my countrymen. Not in my name.
Okay.
So, welcome, my countrymen.
Yeah.
Yes, I will listen, but my time is short.
Okay.
All right. It is good to see, fellows.
Alright. What else have we got going on here?
Lord of Bretonia. Welcome to fair.
Nothing going on there.
Kislev.
Ah, here we go. Aggression. Trade agreement. Military access. Payment. Okay. Nice. There you go. The general just paid for himself. Very nicely. Cool. All right.
To the provinces.
There's a couple of sea battles here that are probably worth getting to. And our...
Ready. Moving on.
Okay. Just in case I forget. Just going to send him straight down the coast. And open up as many trade agreements as we can. Here we go.
Armored in faith. Welcome, friends. What do the men of the hammer require this day? I am no churl.
Oh, I think you may be. Okay, hi. Add a payment. Moderate.
I suppose so.
Beautiful. Okay. So far, so good. Everybody needs to pay to be my friend. No, we don't want anything from you. Rightio. It's up to a considerable amount, isn't it? We're up to 425. So there's a couple of things we can do. I think perhaps we should do this, because as soon as it unlocks, it gives us an extra 250 gold. And I'm also of the opinion of doing this and putting walls around the settlement is certainly not something that you should scoff at. Just in in case we get Wolfric come wandering down into here or something. Once he's finished, he is definitely going to do that. So let's do that. Any particular reason you're on my land, my man? What have I got with you?
The Empire.
By Sigma's will, come in peace.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
So,
All right. So you're just, yeah, we'll get that up. That'll give it as much defense as we can give it. Then that goes up next, and then the Wolf Priest goes in there. More money, because that can go right up now. We can start pulling 750 out of that. We get spice production, 10 growth, siege holdout time +3, and provides the garrison there. So yeah, that's well worth it. All right,
Yes, my lord.
kick back and relax. I think once we get these guys up, I mean, this is level 3. Might be worth just wiping it out. So there's nothing across the border from us. Oh, there's that there. And then, or it might be worth going hitting these, because these are definitely worth some cash to us.
Okay, so here, unfortunately, guys, I have a bit of a mic bug where every now and again, randomly, I don't know why, it happens with both my OBS software for streaming and for slabs. I've got to try and figure it out, but I just can't seem to get the hang of it. But basically, my mic auto mutes without me having to touch anything. There's no key or shortcut to it. And so sometimes this happens and I don't realize that it's happened. Normally I just re-record the session if I can, but if you're playing Legendary, then obviously you can't.
what does the Emperor bid?
So I'm just going to do my best here to talk you through what I was talking about and what I'm thinking. At this point, what I'm really looking at, guys, is I haven't captured enough territory. We're getting on in the campaign. And although I have been putting out quite a bit of damage, you know, raiding the Northmen, really giving them a hard time, I'm having trouble building, obviously because of the cash. The Northmen are great to raid for points and experience, but their settlements just don't have a lot of cash. So not being able to fight the Kislevines, we're not going to go up with them, obviously because of our treaty with them earlier on and the rest of the Empire factions. Means that I'm kind of pushed. I can't really take the Northmen's territories. I can, but they're in red, so the penalties just are ridiculous and just not worth it. Which really only leaves me either going after Bretonia on the left, which ideally not amazing. If you don't, it's not really amazing. And then, as you can see there, Marienburg's just been taken out. They were my next target. That's who I was planning to hit. So that's pretty much what I'm looking at here. I'm just going, okay, well, you know, what can I do? I can't take Telebachman. I can attack the Brass Keep next to us, but it is heavily, heavily defended. And my army is good, but it's not quite ready to be taking on that. I think there's a 20 stack army in there and very heavy defenses in the Bronze Keep. I actually wouldn't mind playing it as a Chaos campaign to see what it's like. I should do that. Down here we've got our little elector count heading around, and he's really his only job is to basically get me as many trade agreements as I can. One of the best things about being Empire and the Dwarves is that you can get tons and tons of trade agreements, which can net you upwards of, I mean, depending on how many you get, it can buff your economy, you know, thousands and thousands. You know what I mean? It can be as good as a full capital city if you play your cards right. I'm a big proponent of trade and that sort of stuff. I really wish they would make it a little bit more in depth than they have, but there you have it. It will be coming eventually. Hopefully we'll get some of it in Game 3 from, well, hopefully Three Kingdoms Total War is good because the depth on that campaign is amazing. And hopefully we get some of it in our next Total War game as well. I mean, this one's the one they're making the most money out of now, so hopefully they start bringing some more of those mechanics. It would be really cool. I play with a couple of mates who hate it because I'll sit in the like as a co-op campaign. I'll be sitting there in the diplomacy screen for ages. So it can be rather annoying for them. but I like it. I think it's a great mechanic. I think it's a really good way of making cash. You don't have to take territory to earn much from it. You just have to have fairly good relationships with people. Here I'm just really looking at, all right, what am I going to strengthen here? I need to shore up my cash situation. Really, what I want to do is take Boris the Toddy. I want to take Toddy over to the Dark Elves. I want to play over near the Dark Elves. That's really what I want to do. And originally I was looking at going and taking out the one lone little lizard settlement there on Albion, and then using it as a launch pad to shoot over and start taking out Dark Elf territories. However, they're probably just as red, obviously, or closer, they'd be orange at least, as the Northmen. Still, that's kind of where we wanted to play. We wanted something a bit different with Boris Todbringer. It's the only thing that's a problem with his campaign, and I think this is probably why he wasn't put in as one of the starting lords. He doesn't have a lot of places to go unless you fight the rest of the Empire. Unless you go and attack Bretonia, Marienburg and Bretonia, you've got to be attacking the Empire, which ideally you don't want to be doing. Now, if not, you get stalled on the border like we're sort of seeing here, where I'm getting tons of points and that, but I'm really, really slowly building because money's just not a great thing. Every time I attack one of these Nautican settlements, I'm not getting much from it. They build pretty hardcore troops, but they never have wealthy settlements until they build pretty high up. So you're not getting a lot for the amount of fight you're having to give. We're just moving our general back down this coast. He's just opening up more trade options for us as we go. Yeah, so that's basically the aim here, and this is one of the big issues. I mean, the challenges of a Toddy campaign is money. It's always money. You know, the Empire, they have Altdorf, which can put out a lot of money. You know, if you go up, you can take Marienburg. I mean, fair enough. Toddy can take Marienburg as well.
Valiant Lord.
But it's harder because he's got so much territory to cover. You know, Marienburg's just above you if you're playing France, but it's quite a fair bit over, and it takes you away from your territory. Later on, if you're not putting constant pressure on the Norsemen like I am, and just raiding their borders constantly and putting pressure on them and wiping their armies out, they will build up and jump into your territory and then run around. So you kind of need to get your territory to a point where it's as defensible as you can possibly get it before you start taking off.
Asso Princess.
Ideally, you want to try and get a secondary army, but again, being that you know, there's a huge penalty for a secondary army, paying a much higher upkeep cost, and you're already struggling to support your first army. This makes it hard, especially in it's very hard. Or which one for this campaign? I'm pretty sure it's very hard. Yeah, so I could do the saves and everything. So yes, I'm sure it is very hard. I got legendary on my Gashnag campaign, which makes it even harder when you're trying to record stuff because you know, if something like this happens.
Yes.
So we are going up here. We're just going to raid this.
Fight for our nation!
There's not really much here to fight, guys. Like it's a cakewalk. So I was like, I'm not really. Who can be bothered for? Like it's just going to be pretty pointless. So we auto resolve this one. And again, you know, you get some experience. That's cool. But there's so little cash. Like it's just not barely worth it. You know what I mean? So I'm just doing this for experience points for Toddy, realistically. You know, could we take these things? Well, yes and no. I mean, if you were, to be honest with you, if you were going to do a Toddy campaign, if CA was going to do it, and I really hope they do.
Yes, my lord.
You'd have to give Toddy and probably the Archlector of Nordland, if you were going to make them playable, you'd have to give them the ability for massive attrition bonuses, or change their ability on who they can settle. Like, can they go and settle the Chaos Waste? Don't know if that's really lore friendly, to be fair, but you'd have to do something like that. It's the one thing he's missing. There's actually on Steel Faith Overhaul with the Cyranos faction unlocker, there is a faction called Oh, I forget the name of it. Basically, if you play it, if you're using the mods, you'll be playing as Balthazar Gelt, but you're right down the bottom in that little human faction right next to the Greybeard Prospectors underneath Khemri and all the Tomb Kings. And it's a cool little game, but obviously you're getting attrition, right, because desert. So they've fleshed out the campaign a little bit, and you actually get 33% less attrition, and then there's skills you can go into the tree that'll give you even less attrition on top of that. So you can get up to about 50%, 60% less attrition, which then pretty much negates it with some replenishment as well, which is good when you're at least when you're in your own territory. But I tell you what it does, it slows the campaign down because you've got to be so careful about all of your movement. It really slows the roll of the campaign down. And when that's happening, as soon as you start the campaign, it does make it a little bit more painful. I was going to do one because it's a cool Empire campaign that no one's seen, but it was just, I found it would be really hard to watch because you just got to really sort of sit and then got to be very careful and play defensive because of all the attrition. So anyway, that's the aim, that's the goal here. We're trying to find ways to build up the defenses, build up enough income so that I can leave this area pretty much as it is and then go play, you know what I mean? The other option is that we go after Lillian here and then head down Bretonia way. But then you sort of be moving away from your sort of your main buildings here and like that. Or you need to start confederating with the other guys. Now we're on very hard mode, so that's not super easy to do. I will get an opportunity at it at some stage, but just not at this specific time. So yeah, this is basically what we're talking about. We're talking about how I'm going to build the, what is the building chain? How should you be building it? And then looking at, potentially maybe we could do a little bit of pirate's life for us and go and get some of these
To the provinces.
some of these treasures to give us a little bit of extra
Bolster the
income.
nation.
Something that probably you want to be looking at if you're doing a toddy campaign like this, because of that
nation
real struggle
calls.
for cash. So I'm just sort of sitting there going, do I send my general all alone to that sort of stuff? Nah.
To battle.
And the problem is that every time I've tried to pull toddy out to get these sort of things, you get a chaos raiding force coming straight down because you're not there, and you're not quite strong enough yet to leave the guys by themselves. They'll
Valiant Lord.
get mashed.
Welcome to
You've gotta
fair
be a bit
Bretonia.
careful. And it's only a matter of time before the bronze keep.
So,
Brass keep, bronze keep, brass.
You
brass
come
keep,
bearing arms.
comes
Is
out.
it
They've been
war?
sitting
I don't
there
agree.
all nice and silent for now, but they're going to come out eventually. So, got to be aware of that too. So it can be a difficult campaign in that regard. It can be a bit frustrating, but it is still a lot of fun. I'd love to hear from you guys down in the comments below. How do you think I should manage it? How do you think it should be? What would be your targets? Bear in mind that in Steel Faith Overhaul, you get a chance at the start to sort of narrate the story a little bit. In that, will the Empire be stalwart allies of all? So none of the Empire, the elector counts will fight each other, or with Marienburg's not part of that, by the way. You can attack Marienburg anytime you like, but none of the Empire factions will fight each other. And also, if any other faction attacks more than 3 main settlements, then all of the others will unite against them. All of the Empire will unite against them. So you're not allowed to once you push that. Now, you might think, well, then just don't push that, and then you can attack other Empire and blah blah blah. Problem with that, mate, is that as soon as you do that, Karl Franz goes berserk and he takes over almost the complete rest of the Empire, and all of a sudden you get hit with like
is it time?
10 stacks.
Be at peace.
Remember that
for
the
that
toddy
is all I-
campaign is a slow one
What?
because of that attrition of cash. It's really
Come
tough.
then. Only Sigma's
You've got to have fairly strong units because you're going to be fighting a fair amount. Chaos.
Sigma's will.
First
Approach
you'd
and
be
make
fighting
your
on
offer.
Khazrag, and then you're
So,
going to be having Wulfric come down on you.
It is good to see fellow sons
Wulfric
of
seems
the
to always
Empire.
be the one to
this
come
day.
on you. It's not come down on you. It's
By the
not
comet.
Seeming that it doesn't seem to be Throg in most of the playthroughs I've had.
Armored in faith.
So
The
yeah.
lady grants you safe passage in the just so. Do you know who
just
I
doing
am?
we're just trying
Only
to get
the
some more of
Grail
those trade
companions of
deals.
old could hope to.
I am
The only thing to be careful about, guys, is if you're doing this approach with the trade
Protector
deals,
of the realm.
you do
These
need to be
lands are
careful that
ours
you're
by the
using
right.
that trade money more as a bonus than you're using it
Do
to
you know
support
who I am?
armies.
Bow
So that's
before the
something to think
rightful
about.
lords of this land.
I accept. You sort of go and have a look at how much of your cash is coming in from trade.
Those who displease
Because,
do
you know,
not
as you
live
know,
to past,
someone can
present,
confederate in a second
future.
or something
Tis
else
but
can
a
happen.
thin
You know,
veil,
someone else can
dark
take out a
are
city and all of a sudden you've lost that lucrative trade. So you need to be careful because it's
Welcome.
good cash.
Your words
it's
and
fairly
deeds
easy to get,
misguided.
but it's not super secure. You know what I mean? So you got to be a little bit careful on that one.
The Tsarina empowers me to offer you warm.
Just trying to shore up alliances and defensive packs. Eventually, chaos will come down, and we'll need
Lord
them
of
to
Botonia.
help us support. A lot of people are like, oh, you know, I don't bother with military alliances and things like that. I'm the opposite. As I said, I do like playing the diplomatic games. And I think that I've had games where I've had dwarves coming from like everywhere to fight chaos, and I've won because of that. I've taken Archeon out without barely having to do anything because I've had so many military allies that as soon as I've started getting attacked, I've just sort of called them all up, set all the targets, because remember that Archeon goes to war with everybody, so
The Empire.
all the dwarves have just gone straight to war with him and all the other Empire factions, and then boom, you've got a lot of support. So it's not without its advantages. Now, there are a lot of disadvantages. Obviously, you can get pulled into wars and all sorts of stuff. But with Still Faith having that they can't attack each other, that does mean that having your alliances with the Empire means at least you're not going to be fighting other Empire. Like, you're not going to have... When in the normal game, you'll ally with Westernland, and they'll go to war with you know, whoever, Taylor Backbone. Then you'll be like, ah, crap. So you get dragged into a war with an Empire faction you had no intention of fighting. That doesn't happen with the Steel Faith overhaul if you make that decision, so that's a little bit helpful. Yeah.
Praise Sigma. Yes, a sound plan.
One of the big things for the Empire late game is that you do really
Yes, my
need
lord.
to have, especially in at this level of difficulty, you need to have your cannons. Cav are cool, you know, Empire Griffins and that are very cool, and they're great shock troops, and that's great. But you know, at this level, you want to be pounding the crap out of your enemies before they get to you, as much as humanly possible. Then using the cav to clean them up. You don't want to be relying purely on cav because they're too easily taken out at times, or surrounded, or nullified. Whereas, you know, and the front line troops, you know, I've got Empire Spearmen. Sorry, you've got your halberds, and then you can go into your great swords, and great swords don't have any.
Oh, really?
Oh, here we are. I'm back on again. All right, I'll let myself lead us out a little bit. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, so we have, for most subjects of the Empire, the story of intelligent rat men living right under their feet is just a myth. Good for scaring children, even if there is a clear evidence of their doings. They are seen as just another form of beastman or random mutation of chaos. Only a few know the truth about the Skaven under Empire and the threat it is. Now, with more sightings of Ratman happening and concerns about invasion from the underground, should we tell people the truth? Acknowledge their existence could lead to fear and loss of public trust. Denying existence could lower the morale of our troops when they have to face the enemy. Are we going to be facing the Skaven anytime soon? Well, don't think so, because it's only... Well, there is that one clan up the top there, I suppose. Tell the truth, why not?
To the provinces. Let us move.
Dark Elves have taken all the High Elves.
If you wish.
Took Megiddo. Okay. Rightio. Interesting turn of events, that one.
Praise Sigma. By Sigma's right.
We might go sit on our military allies beach for a little bit. Because pretty much we can just sit here and recuperate, then go hit this, and then hit that. Yeah, we can hit that, and then come back. And we can then hit this and this again. And we could go Tower of Crack as well. So we've got 3 that we can hit along here.
What? Greetings from sea.
Friendly, improving, massively improving. Why is it massively improving? Well, military action against the Wanderers, right? So just more and more. That's helping me to get better, but there's still.
Valiant Lord.
Okay. Alright. Well, we might end it there for now. That should give us enough footage for at least 4 or 5 episodes. So let's end it there.